Welcome back to the Coaching from My Wheelchair podcast. I'm your host, Coach Jay. Today, we're talking about something that sits at the center of every goal, every dream, and every moment of change in your life: who you are becoming. Not who you were, not the person social media says you should be, not who people think you should be, not the person your family expects, but the person you deep down know you were meant to become, the person you aspire to be. This year, whether you just started or you're already a few days in, this is a fresh opportunity to grow, to reset, and to design your life more intentionally. And let's be honest, right now, the world feels uncertain. We've got economic pressure, social division, rapid technological change, and a lot of people quietly feeling overwhelmed. In times like these, it's easy to slip into survival mode instead of growth mode. And let me say this right out of the gate. This year doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be intentional. Okay, all right, let's start out with what does aspire really mean? Aspire means to rise toward, not to wish, not to hope, but to rise. Aspiration is not passive. It's an identity choice. You don't wake up one day confident. You wake up one day and decide, I'm becoming someone who trusts myself. You don't wake up disciplined. You decide, I'm becoming someone who keeps promises to myself. That decision changes everything. We're living in one of the most emotionally demanding seasons in modern history. People are burned out. Trust is low. The economy feels uncertain. Social media keeps telling us we're not enough, and AI is making people question their future. When the world feels chaotic, people either shrink or they rise, and the difference between those two paths is often not talent or luck, but self-awareness and intentional growth. That's why becoming the person you aspire to be isn't a luxury anymore, it's a survival skill. If you don't define who you want to become, something or someone else will do it for you. When life feels unstable, the most powerful thing you can do is build stability inside yourself. That's why this year matters. You don't become strong when things are easy. You become strong when you choose growth while things are messy. Okay, let me share something personal. Let me share something real. When you live life from a wheelchair, like I currently do, you learn quickly that growth isn't always about moving forward. Sometimes it's about adapting, sometimes it's about resilience, sometimes it's about redefining what success means. I didn't aspire to be just that guy in the wheelchair. I could have become bitter. I could have become invisible. I could have become angry at the world. But I chose to I aspired to be an educator, author, coach, mentor, voice, and difference maker. And that didn't happen because I waited for the perfect circumstances. It happened because I committed to becoming someone new, even when the world still saw me as the same. And that's what I want for you this year. I want you to aspire. Aspiring isn't wishing, it's deciding. It's saying, this is who I am becoming, even before the evidence shows up. Aspiration is identity-based growth. Instead of saying, I want to lose weight, you say, I am becoming a healthy person. Instead of, I want to be confident, you say, I am becoming someone who trusts themselves. That shift is powerful because behavior follows identity. Let's say you aspire to be a more confident leader at work, but right now you avoid speaking up in meetings. You second guess yourself. You let others take credit. The old approach is, one day I'll feel confident. The new approach is, I will act like a confident leader even before I feel like one. That might mean speaking up once per meeting, asking one thoughtful question, sharing one idea. Confidence isn't built in your head, it's built in your behavior. Okay, let's shift a bit and talk about some practical ways to do this. Best practices for becoming who you aspire to be. 1. Get clear on who you're becoming. Write it down. Not vague stuff like better or successful, but specific qualities. Who are you when you're at your best? Are you calm, focused, courageous, kind, maybe disciplined? 2. Audit your current habits. Your future self is built by today's routines. If your habits don't match your aspirations, that's not a character flaw. It's just information. 3. Use small wins. Big goals are intimidating. Small actions are doable. Confidence grows when you keep promises to yourself. 4. Surround yourself with growth. Books, podcasts, coaches, supportive people. Your environment is either lifting you or limiting you. All right, here are some common questions I hear from clients. What if I don't know who I want to become? That's okay. Start with who you don't want to be anymore. Growth begins with contrast. What if I fail? You will. That's how learning works. Failure isn't the opposite of becoming, it's part of it. What if I'm too old, too behind, or too broken? Let me say this clearly. Growth doesn't check your birth certificate or your past. It checks your willingness. Okay, folks. Here's your challenge for today. Ask yourself, who do I want to be 1 year from now? What would that person do today? Then do one small thing. Okay, folks, that's a wrap. And here are some of my closing thoughts. Your year, your choice. This year will pass whether you grow or not. The calendar doesn't care, but you should. You don't have to transform everything overnight. You just have to start aligning your daily choices with the person you aspire to be. And every time you choose courage over comfort, growth over fear, and intention over autopilot, you're becoming that person. I want you to imagine looking back at this year and being able to say, I showed up differently, I believed in myself more, I became more than I was. Not perfect, not finished, but growing. You don't need a new life, you need a new level of courage. This year is yours. Become the person you aspire to be. And that, my friends, is what real success looks like. All right, okay, folks, I think we're done. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Coaching from My Wheelchair. If this episode resonated with you, please share and leave a review. And as
you can also buy a copy of Coach Jay's book, Coaching from My Wheelchair, Tips, Tidbits, Tools, and Strategies for Improving Your Personal and Professional Self-Development, available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. You can also connect with him on social media, on Instagram at TWCCSLLC, and you can also find him on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and through his website at therightcoachingservices.com/podcasts.
Thanks for tuning in, and remember to stay educated, stay informed, and learn something new. Until next time, this is Coach Jay.